Arrival. The new neighbor arrives after the 4 o'clock show. When the truck comes lumbering toward the parking lot, Bob scampers over to inform us. Bob always knows what's happening. He's a useful friend to have, especially when you can't leave your domain. With a groan, Mac lifts the sliding metal door near the food court, the place where deliveries are made. A big white truck is backing up to the door, belching smoke. When the driver opens the trunk, I know Stella is right. A baby elephant is inside. I see her trunk poking out from the blackness. I'm glad for Stella, but when I glance at her, I see she is not glad at all. Stand back, everyone, Mac yells. We've got a new arrival. This is Ruby, folks. 600 pounds of fun to save our sorry butts. This gal is gonna sell us some tickets. Mac and 2 men climb into the black cave of the truck. We hear noise, scuffling, a word Mac uses when he's angry. Ruby makes a noise too, like one of the little trumpets they sell at the gift store. Move, Mac says, but still there is no Ruby. Move, he says again. We haven't got all day. Inside her domain, Stella paces as much as she's able. 2 steps one way, 2 steps the other. She slaps her trunk against the rusty metal bars and she grumbles. Stella, I ask, did you hear the baby? Stella mutters something under her breath, a word she uses when she's angry. Relax, Stella, I say. It will be okay. Ivan, Stella says, it will never be okay. And I know enough to stop talking. Stella helps. The men are still yelling. Some of the yelling is at each other, but mostly it is at Ruby. We hear her scrambling, pounding, shifting. The side of the truck shudders. I'm starting to like this elephant, Bob whispers. I'm getting the big one, Max says. Maybe she can coax the stupid brat out of this truck. Mac opens Stella's door. Come on, girl, he urges. He unties the rope attached to the floor bolt. Stella pushes past Mac, nearly knocking him over. She rushes as best as she can, limping heavily towards the open back door of the truck. She catches her swollen foot on the edge of the ramp and winces, and blood trickles down. Halfway up the ramp, she pauses. The noise in the truck stops, and Ruby falls silent. Slowly, Stella makes her way up the rest of the ramp. It groans under her weight, and I could tell how much she is hurting by the awkward way she moves. At the top of the incline, she stops. She pokes her trunk into emptiness, and we wait. The tiny gray trunk appears again, and shyly it reaches out, tasting the air. Stella curls her own trunk around the babies, and they make soft rumbling sounds. We wait some more, and a hush falls over the entire Big Top Mall. Thud, thud, step, step, pause, step, step, pause, and there she is, so small she can fit underneath Stella with room to spare. Her skin sags, and she sways unsteadily as she makes her way down the ramp. Not the greatest specimen, Max says, but I got her cheap from this bankrupt circus out west. They had her shipped over from Africa. Only had her a month before they went bust. He gestures towards Ruby. Thing is, people love babies. Baby elephants, baby gorillas. Heck, give me a baby alligator and I can make a killing. Stella ushers Ruby towards her domain. Mac and the 2 men follow. At Stella's door, Ruby hesitates. Mac gives Ruby a shove. but she doesn't budge. Doggone it, get a clue, Ruby, he mutters. But Ruby isn't moving, and neither is Stella. Matt grabs a broom, he raises it, and instantly Stella steps in front of Ruby to shield her. Get in the cage, both of you, Max shouts. Stella stares at Matt, considering, gently but firmly using her trunk. She nudges Ruby into her domain. Only then does Stella enter. Max slams the door shut with a clang. I see 2 trunks entwined, and I hear Stella whispering. Poor kid, says Bob. Welcome to Exit 8, Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan.